Hello there, Now Factor community. And today's topic is how to turn a toxic person in your life to neutral and beyond. Before we dive into the video, please hit the like button. And if you are new to the Now Factor community, please don't forget to subscribe. When you hit like button, this helps grow the community, and you never know, just by clicking the like button, it helps someone else to bump into this channel and find out valuable information that can totally change their lives. So let's dive right into the topic. And again, today we are going to discuss how to turn a toxic person in your life to neutral and beyond. Remember that this channel is all about discussing practical law of attraction techniques and teachings of Neville Goddard, and applying them to day-to-day life. We will not be discussing so much of psychology and theories. We will jump right to the techniques that we can apply right away. In other words, we would want to discuss about techniques, and get straight to the techniques, and being able to apply the techniques right away. Today we are going to discuss 3 steps that you can take in terms of your thinking when you have the image of a toxic person playing in your mind. Obviously, when it comes to the toxic person in your life, you will be playing all day, probably throughout your day and night, the strong images of that toxic personality, and they never seems to fade away. You'll be naturally paying attention to the way you got hurt with this person, and the way it makes you so uncomfortable when you're around this person. So literally, whether you know it or not, you will be playing these strong image of this toxic person when you are going through this experience. So to neutralize this experience, you will be looking to run some structured pattern of thinking. When it comes to manifestation or resolving life issues, you need to be structuring your thinking. Again, this channel is all about discussing, getting to the points right away, and we'll be talking about how to structure your thinking in this scenario of encountering almost every day with this toxic personality. Remember, the bigger your now factor, the closer is your manifestation. I say this all the time, but I couldn't say it enough. The bigger is your now factor, the closer is the manifestation. You have to think about everything in the now moment. You need to see the manifestation in the now moment. You need to see the person turning around in the now moment, not in the past, not in the future. It's all about consciousness locked in the now moment. So let's dive right in, straight to the point, straight to the technique. So the structure to this technique is in 3 steps. The first step is it's all about you, and the next one is it's all about the other person who is really toxic, and the third step is it's all about both of you. So you get that right. So you'll be starting with I, that's you, and the next step is they. It could be she or he, so let's just say they. So I, they, and we. I, they, and we. I, they, and we. So imagine that you are writing in your scripting notebook just three words. You will, on the line one, you will have letter I, and in the second line you have the word they, and the third word is we. So to the left, so let's start with the I, right? So let's start with the letter I, and to the left of the letter I and to the right of the letter I, you are going to write something that will help restructuring your thinking about the entire toxic scenario. So in all these three lines, you'll be writing something left, to the left and to the right of what you have just written. So to the left of the I, you'll be writing story 1 and then story 2, and to the right of the letter I, you'll be writing story 1 and again story 2. So you will repeat the process for the next two lines where you have they and we. So again, write story 1 and story 2 to the left of the word they, and write again story 1 and story 2 to the letter to the word they. And now comes the next line, right? Third line, where you have written we. So to the word to the left of the word we, write story 1 and story 2, and again to the word we, to the right of the word we, you write story 1 and story 2. I hope you are starting to see where I'm going at. If not everybody, hope at least some of you see where I'm going at. If you do, please make a comment. I see it. So I just want to see how many people see where I'm going with this. So you have story 1 and story 2 both to the left and the right of the word you have in each of the three lines. So this kind of provides a structure for your thinking in the later part, right? So it's all about structuring your thinking, and remember that your thoughts create. If you don't believe in manifestation, that's okay. If you don't believe in God, that's okay. If you don't believe in any positivity, that's okay. But if you don't believe that your thoughts create, this video is not for you. Basically, you can figure out how else you can manifest anything in this world. So whoever is serious and whoever wants to live in the now moment, this video is for you. And again, coming back to the technique, so you have three lines where you have written the words I, they, and we, and across each word, in each line, to the left and to the right, you have written story 1 and story 2. So obviously, when you see the left part of each word you have written, for example, here let's start with the line 1 where you have I. So you have story 1 and story 2. So now that you have a structure, when it comes to the story 1 of the left part, think of situation where you did not realize the power of law of attraction and the power of teachings of Neville Goddard. So you will structure your thinking to give gratitude. So you are structuring thinking to give your gratitude that when it comes to the story 1, you are giving gratitude that I was not aware of law of attraction. I was not aware of Neville Goddard's teachings and the power of both before, and now I'm recognizing, and I'm being grateful for the wisdom that I have now. So that could be an example what you can think about the story 1. And when it comes to the story 2, on the left part of the eye, so you'll be telling yourself and thinking that now you acknowledge the negativity, you acknowledge the power dynamic, you acknowledge who whom is with whom is the power dynamic is with. So obviously when it comes to the toxic personalities, you are literally allowing them to have the power dynamic over you. So you obviously when you encounter a toxic personality, you start to feel losing the power dynamic. You start to feel not having power over the situation anymore. So there we go. So when it comes to the left portion of the eye, you have two stories that you set as a structured pattern of thinking. So you started with the gratitude for the wisdom, and you started gratitude for acknowledging you acknowledging that you start to feel loss of power when you come across these situations. And again now you can switch to the right part, where you again have to bring into thinking, bringing to structured thinking in couple stories, like you have story 1 and story 2 to the right part of the eye. And I can give you a couple examples. You can be as creative as possible. Before we jump into that, I just wanted to welcome everyone again to Now Factor community. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button. Again, you clicking the like button helps growing this Now Factor community. It's always helpful. It does something to the YouTube logistics, and it kind of promotes the video. And we always want to grow this community, right? Because more people we have here, you can get to check out the comments, and we can discuss day-to-day real problems. So please do the favor and hit the like button, and if you are new to the community, click the subscribe button. So let's come back to the technique, and we are discussing about how to structure story 1 and story 2, how to structure your thinking about story 1 and story 2, that is put right to the letter I. So story 1, what do we want to think about here? So you would want to start thinking that you already start feeling the shift now that you acknowledged, you start to lose power over the situation when you encounter the toxic personality. Now you are structuring your thinking by starting to feel that you start to feel this shift and start to feel the power over this situation. Especially you will be bringing in Neville Goddard's teaching and the power of it, and start to think that everyone out there and everything out there is just a creation of you. Everyone out there and everything out there is just a cute little bunny who is created by you. So that's the story 1. And so the story 2 could be, you can be more creative here, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna give you an example what you can write for the story 2. You can write that now that you realized everyone is you pushed out, and you have the power over the situation, and nobody got free will to alter this. So for the story 2, you will be structuring your thinking to say to yourself that now you are going to neutralize this toxic personality. And the way you are going to neutralize this toxic personality is by putting a new sticky note with how you want this personality to treat you going forward. So basically, since everyone is you pushed out, and they are just a cute little bunny who hold sticky notes you have written for them, and they basically act and read off of the sticky notes that you have put on them. So now you'll be structuring your thinking to tell yourself that you will be replacing the old sticky notes that you have put on this cute little toxic bunny, and you'll be writing awesome things on the new sticky notes, and put it on this cute little toxic bunny that is to be neutralized. So I think this video is getting long, so I know we only covered technique one, step one, what you can rewrite stories around yourself. That means the line number one on your scripting. So I think I'm gonna do a couple more parts, spending time on they and we. So I think these three parts should help you turn around this situation. So again, please like and subscribe, and comment below with your questions. If you didn't understand anything, put your comments below. I'll respond to, I will make sure respond to your comments there. And again, remember, this channel is all about discussing law of attraction techniques and teachings of Neville Goddard, and practical tips that you can apply in your day-to-day life. And always remember, the bigger your now factor is, the closer is your manifestation. Again, the bigger your now factor is, the closer is your manifestation. I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, peace.